Hi and welcome to another episode of winemastery.co.uk. My name's John Lafford and this is...
John Murphy.
I'm the dummy, he's the expert. And we're here to tell you all about Pinot Grigio. We're just at part one. Was an excellent Pinot Grigio, very, very tasty, surprisingly tasty. And what we're going to move on to in part two, John?
Well, this is the surprise Pinot Grigio. Hey!
That means you haven't got to wait to part three to find out the surprise.
Well, the surprise is it's not a Pinot Grigio.
Oh,
surprise! Well, I was shocked. No, just because what I wanted to say is, things like if you do like the Pinot Grigio, what else you could if you're looking to try something different. And I've gone for something which I really like. It's called it's Chenin. It's from South Africa. Now the Chenin does tend to be a signature grape of South Africa, and they can do quite a lot with the Chenin. Chenin's a very unusual grape in that they can have some very light, easy drinking ones, or they can oak-age them so you get those big, powerful, almost like Chardonnay style. But also excellent prices as well, excellent prices from South Africa. So what I thought was we've gone for the lighter style here because I mean I've said before about people who talk about wine and they wax lyrical and they make it almost overcomplicated, and I tend to do a lot of kind of private wine tastings, and I always use this as the first white wine on my tastings, and I always use it just to warm up the kind of taste buds, because it's not overly complicated. There's nothing overly exciting to find. It's a good bit of wine, but what we're going to show here that it isn't. There's not much there, so I don't want you to be looking for much. If anything, all you're going to get from that is crisp green apples. Nothing more, nothing less. Maybe a little bit of acidity in there.
I've got two questions about what you just said there.
Okay.
First one is, how would someone know that it's a light one rather than a heavy one?
Well, it should tell you on the label. Or the label should let you know whether it's been. Well, it'll say whether it's been put in oak or not, or also the vintage on there will help you because it should be fairly young. I mean, 2014 on this, so obviously the younger it is, the kind of lighter it's going to be. Okay. And on the label, it will tell if it's been in any oak or how long it has been matured. So that should usually as they mature them, they get a little bit heavier. So always look for the younger ones.
Okay. My second question is, I've actually had someone ask they found out you do live.
I do
live wine tasting.
I do live wine tasting.
Not dead ones, but really alive ones.
Yeah, I do live tastings. I do them in the shop mainly, but I also do them outside. In the shop tastings, basically I put on. You get a group together between about 12, minimum 12, maximum 24. You come into the shop and we have 3 white wines for you. We put a beer in the middle, then we have 3 red wines for you, and then a surprise tasting at the end. It's all very exciting. But while we're in the shop, I also have cheeses to match all the wines that are on taste. So we give you a little talk on the wines and match them with the cheese. So it's all about matching things on the evening, because sometimes, people don't like the taste of the wine, but matching it with the cheese, it completely changes it, and vice versa. But it's quite an informal evening, and then once we've tasted all the wines and cheeses up in the main part of the shop here, which takes about an hour and a quarter, we then wander down into the cellar. Now, when we're down into the cellar, that's where the magic happens. Well, then all the wines we've had on taste up here, and then downstairs for you to drink however much you like. There's no real limit on that. We just basically we play a bit of music, let you get on with a bit of socialising, leave you to get on with it, and then we bring you back upstairs for about 11:30, and that's your evening.
Fantastic. Well, I've never been to one. I must come to one.
Yes, do.
So, but I've heard from other people that they're very enjoyable. So, if you do live in the West Yorkshire area, how do they find out where to come?
Well, you can visit our website or give us a call on 01484 720 912. Either way.
And if you're ringing from outside of the UK, which is unlikely, just add a 44, take off the north.
Look on the website, it's your best because it's much more detailed. Chervic.co.uk.
Yeah, www on top of that, but you already got that. Back to the main thing.
Yes. Oh, how we digress. Yes, back to this Chenin now. Have a look. As I said, this is a very simple wine, but that's not a bad thing. Not at all. Because again, these people who talk about wine, they can wax lyrical, overcomplicate it. This is not one of these wines. But again, it should be kind of, if you like the Pinot Grigio, the lighter style, this should be quite appealing as well.
Okay. There's more width.
There is more width there, isn't there? See, that's more. See, with that again, I said let's not overcomplicate, and I'm going to wax lyrical. No, that's more for me, kind of melon and those the appley smell.
I can get the melon. I can get the melon.
No.
Gala.
Oh.
Gala melon.
Yeah. Now I have a little go. This is the
right.
See, perhaps not the crisp green, perhaps a yellow apple. That because it's got less acidity in there than the green apple. I think more like yellow kind of
more rounded.
But yeah, the juicier style. But after that, there's not much more comes through there.
No, actually.
No. It's a quite a very simple wine.
I wouldn't think, compared if I was just going to drink a bottle of wine on its own without any food, I'd go for the first one in part 1 rather than this. I think this will be a little bit too sharp just to drink.
The acidity is there.
Yeah.
When I'm doing my tastings, what I tend to do is match this with a cheese called Coddeston, which is kind of naturally high in lactic acid on its own. So matching those two together, the kind of two acidities cancel each other out, and so it's quite interesting to see how you just picked on the acidity there. What I always say is, have a taste of the wine, have a taste of the cheese, then go back to the wine, and it does cancel each other out, and it makes the wine much smoother and easy going.
Yeah.
An easier drinking wine then.
Okay.
We must do some wine and cheese tasting together for this.
Oh, okay. We'll give viewers an idea of what they can have. Yeah.
Perhaps we'll do that for our next one.
That sounds good. That sounds good. And if you've got any suggestions about what you'd like to hear about, because we've just come into the end of the phase 1 of our videos, where we've gone through the whites and the reds, we're probably going to do a few extra little videos in terms of telling you where to go from there. But we'd be really interested in any comments you might have, or suggestions you might have, shall I say? Yeah.
Feel free to leave us a comment.
Okay. Is there anything else to say about this delightful little number?
I wouldn't say so, no. It's quite easy.
It's one of the nicest Pinot Grigios.
Shannon, it's a Shannon. Don't let confuse you. But no, nice, easy. If you are, go for a Pinot Grigio, have a look at a Shannon if you're looking to try something different.
Fantastic. Well, with that, we'll see you in part 3.
Cheers.